Clive, thank you. Welcome to BBC London. On the programme tonight, a life sentence for a man believed to be one of the most prolific sex offenders of all time. Zhao Zhu drugged, raped and secretly filmed his victims.
Today's sentencing marks a powerful moment in the pursuit of justice. Zhao Zhu was a prolific and predatory sexual offender who committed some of the most cowardly and abhorrent crimes imaginable.
Police are appealing for any more of Zhu's victims to come forward. Also on the programme.
Tackling the fare dodgers, what could London learn from New York and Paris on cracking down on fare evasion?
I love London red buses, it's not a joke. When I first came to this country, it was the only thing that allowed me to see London.
Bus auntie becomes a TikTok winner. We speak to the London bus-loving grandmother after last night's awards.
Why is your name Lord Sugar when you are so salty all the time?
They're hired, if you ask me. The young apprentices from North London grilling Lord Sugar for tonight's Children in Need. Thanks for joining us. I'm Laxmi Gopal. First tonight, a serial rapist thought to be one of the most prolific sex offenders of all time, who drugged, raped and secretly filmed his victims, has been sentenced to life imprisonment. Zhao Zhu pleaded guilty to 24 offences, including sexual assault, voyeurism and upskirting. Today, a judge described him as a sexual predator and an incredibly dangerous man. The police believe there may be more victims and are appealing for any others to come forward. Our Home Affairs correspondent Sonia Jessup reports.
3 minutes to 3, you're now under arrest on suspicion.
Police believe Zhao Zhu is one of the most prolific sex offenders of all time. He drugged, raped and secretly filmed his victims. One went to police after she was attacked at his home in May. He'd given her a drink which had been spiked.
We believe that was laced with scopolamine and GHB, which rendered her unable to defend herself in any way. During the next few hours, she was systematically raped and sexually assaulted by Zhao Zhu, and he recorded that on his mobile device.
Zhu had set up secret cameras, this one in an air freshener, to film people showering and using the toilet. Police found videos on his devices. He'd recorded himself raping women who seemed unconscious. They believe some were guests at networking events he hosted at his flat in Greenwich. One victim told the court,
"I'm afraid that I will never be able to forget what that man did to me and how he stole the person I was. I fear that I may have introduced Zhu to other women who may have suffered the same fate as me. I carry that too."
Zhu pleaded guilty to 24 offences against 6 women over 3 years. Today he was jailed for life with a minimum term of 14 years. Police believe there could be many more victims, including women whose skirts he filmed up in public spaces, such as London Bridge Tube Station.
There could be tens, if not hundreds, of other victims that we're unaware of at this stage, and we're really appealing to the public to come forward. If you've ever met Zhao Zhu, if you've ever been to one of these social gatherings, if you've ever worked with Zhao Zhu, come forward, let us know what information you may have. It may be that some of these victims are unaware they're victims of sexual assault due to the drugs that may have been used on them, and they may just have blackout periods on an evening which they can't account for.
Sentencing Zhu today, the judge told him he was an incredibly dangerous man who'd betrayed the trust of women he'd befriended in the most appalling ways imaginable. Sonia Jessup, BBC London.
And you can read more on that story online. Now let's take a look ahead to the weekend and what's on Politics London.
Hi, the congestion charge will be going up by 20% from January. We'll be asking one of Sadiq Khan's deputy mayors why. So do join me, Samantha Simmons, this Sunday at 10 a.m. on BBC One. See you then. Sticking with transport, this may be something you've seen yourself across the capital.
fare dodging. Transport bosses say they're clamping down on it. A report out today suggests London should look at how other capital cities tackle the issue. But are they actually doing any better than us in cutting fare dodging? Well, let's find out from our political correspondent, Susana Mendonça. Susana, first of all, what are the levels of fare dodging in our capital?
Yeah, so in London, fare dodging currently it's 3.5%, and it costs TfL something in the region of £190 million a year in lost revenue. And we've all seen it, haven't we, when we come through tube stations, people jumping over the barriers or pushing through the barriers or tailgating other passengers in order to not pay. Well, today we've got a report out from the City Hall Conservatives basically saying that we should look to other cities like New York and Paris and put in taller barriers, also look at having fare evasion teams in stations and also having a task force. Now, I asked people here at Warren Street Station what they thought about that.
I definitely see it a lot at my station. People just push through, but honestly the staff don't really seem to do much about it. They kind of just watch it.
In Paris and New York they have big barriers, but they enter together as well. It happened to me.
So it still happens anyway?
Yes.
I don't think it's going to change anything. People, where there's a will, there's a way. People push through no matter what. So I don't think making big barriers or like having a full wall-to-wall barricade is going to change anything. People are going to find a way through.
And this, of course, is becoming a politically charged issue. Of course, we saw earlier on this year Robert Jenrick, the Shadow Justice Secretary, filming himself tackling fare evaders in London stations. And the Conservatives today have been described by Labour politicians on the Assembly as engaging in political grandstanding on this issue. They deny that. They say that this is a moral issue for them.
I'm calling on Sadiq Khan and Transport for London to take this much more seriously. £190 million a year is being stolen from hard-working, fare-paying passengers. And that's just not fair. They're being asked to then make up the difference so fare dodgers don't have to pay. And the way I want that done is improved use of technology, improved use of the barriers, staff actually trained up in how to handle this, so appropriately trained staff.
Susana, all those ideas mentioned sound quite expensive.
Yeah, they are quite expensive. The Tories couldn't say how much, but we think it would cost something in the region of £100 million just to do the infrastructure. That's before you've looked at the staffing costs, and also you'd have to give staff more powers in order to be able to arrest. Now, as we heard there, the Conservatives interested in what's going on over in New York, but if you look at New York, fare evasion there is 10%. In London, it's 3.5%, so it's actually higher than in London. Now, TfL say that they are already taking steps, and they plan to reduce fare evasion to 1.5% by 2030. They say that they're using new technology to target the worst fare evaders and that they have recruited more staff in order to deal with this issue.
Susana, thank you. Quick look at some of the day's other news now. Another Met police officer is under investigation and suspended from duty for alleged misconduct at Charing Cross police station. The Independent Office for Police Conduct says it'll include these latest allegations in its ongoing investigation into the behaviour of a number of officers revealed on BBC Panorama last month. Further issues came to light after the BBC shared footage that hadn't been broadcast. Walk by it at your own risk. Transport for London is being urged to sort out flooding outside Euston Station, locally nicknamed the Euston Puddle. It happens after rain at the junction of Upper Woburn Place and Euston Road. TfL says drainage work to resolve it was carried out last winter, but it's back. They say they'll now investigate further. As we've been hearing in the news, no-fault evictions will be banned from the 1st of May next year. It means that landlords will no longer be able to evict tenants without giving a valid reason. So what exactly are the rules around renting and eviction, and how are they changing? Victoria Hollins has the details. Vic.
Thanks, Laxmi. Well, an estimated 2.7 million people in the capital are private renters, and the government says no-fault evictions are one of the single biggest reasons some of them are made homeless. The Renters' Rights Bill aims to provide more security for renters. That includes families like Hina's who are fighting a no-fault eviction.
It's had a huge strain on us as a family as well, unfortunately, because there's a lot of tension in the air. We don't know where we're going to be. We did approach the council for help, the local council, and they say things like, oh, we might place you in Bradford, we might place you in Manchester, you might be moved to Rainham. And I'm like, okay, I find like right now my career is on hold. Other things are on hold. My interests, my pursuits is all on hold because housing, it's a priority. It's a basic need and necessity.
So what are the changes that could help tenants? Well, a ban on no-fault evictions means landlords will no longer be allowed to evict tenants without giving a reason. They will still have rights to evict on reasons like moving back in, selling the property, or things like unpaid rent or antisocial behaviour. There'll be a change to tenancies. Currently, most people living in privately rented homes have a fixed term tenancy. From May, they'll be abolished and replaced with rolling tenancies. Now, tenants would also have a 12-month protected period where they can't be evicted. The bill will also outlaw bidding wars, making it illegal for landlords and letting agents to suggest or accept offers over the original advertised price. Better protection against discrimination means it'll be illegal for landlords and agents to block prospective tenants who are on benefits or who have children or pets. Landlords will, though, still be able to do reference and affordability checks. The bill will limit rent rises too. Landlords can only raise the rent once a year. They can only increase rent to the market rate. Well, the Conservatives say the reforms will drive landlords from the market, reduce supply and increase prices for tenants. The government says that won't be the case, although those who represent landlords say more clarity is needed.
We're going to give people the security of an affordable roof over their head for years to come. That's good for tenants, but it's actually good for landlords as well. They want predictability, they want certainty. The vast majority of landlords are good, decent people offering a service to people who want to pay for it.
What we don't have is all of the little technical details that will change a tenancy that exists today into a tenancy that's still compliant in the future. So there'll be these regulations that the government has to publish that tell landlords exactly what they need to tell their tenants to make sure that they've got legal tenancy agreements in place on the 1st of May. And that's what we really, really need to see.
Well, many renters groups have welcomed the changes. Councils will now be legally responsible for overseeing these new rights when the law comes into force in May next year. Welcomed by many, Laxmi.
Vic, thanks for giving us those details there. Now, if you watch our programme regularly, you may well already know of London's favourite bus-loving viral sensation, getting millions of views for her selfie videos with buses around the capital. Bemi Orojogun, better known as Bus Auntie, won big at last night's TikTok Awards, scooping Video of the Year. She told our reporter Asad Ahmed she's pinching herself after the win.
Oh my goodness. Oh, word is not enough to describe how I'm feeling. Last night I kind of have what is called delay reaction. Even though it was happening, it took me time. When I got home, I couldn't sleep. 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm thinking, what just happened?
And when you started doing this, standing in front of a bus, filming yourself, you couldn't have imagined it would become this big. Why do you think it has become so big?
Well, the first video, if anybody told me this is what you become, maybe I'll do it better. So I was just having fun. Honestly speaking, what has happened now is a dream. Honestly, I would never have imagined that I'm actually sitting here with you. You know, I wouldn't have imagined that on my lifetime, honestly.
What would you say to somebody who would like to do the kind of thing you do, take to TikTok and other social media, but they're feeling scared?
The longer you live it, you're missing out. If you listen to others, you will never achieve your dream. I've loved London Red Buses since early 90s, and I'm so grateful that that very thing I love the most has brought me here. And if you love something, please do not be afraid.
You've become a wonderful ambassador for London.
Hey! Listen, when we talk about London, oh, you don't understand how much I love London. And sometimes it hurt me when people say something negative about London. I'm thinking, London is the best city in the world.
Do you believe that?
100%. It's the safest city to be. Where other city would you compare to London? It's vibrant, and London accepts everyone. You can come to London and be yourself. Look at me. London accepted me. I'm not saying maybe other place may, but I doubt it. The way London opened their heart to everyone, no other city in the world will do that. And for that, I love London. And that's one of the reasons London buses, people should try that and get on the bus more often, especially the top deck. Have you seen how majestic London buses are? Even if I become a billionaire tomorrow, I will still get on London buses and I will ride on London red buses, always, always.
Bus auntie, you love red buses, you love London. On behalf of millions of people, London loves you. Thank you so much for your time and congratulations on the award.
Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I'm trying not to bust, but thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's lovely to have a bit of joy from Bus Auntie in our lives. And speaking of which, still to come this evening.
I came along.
Getting ready for their big moment, we go behind the scenes with the Children in Need Choir as they prepare for their national performance tonight. But before that, football and the Women's Super League. It's rare to see Tottenham level with Arsenal in the table, but that's how we're heading into Sunday's North London derby. Arsenal's form has been patchy recently, while Spurs have made their best ever start to a season under new manager Martin Ho. Our sports reporter Chris Legg has been to meet him.
Oh, ambitious from Tandberg. Brilliant from Tandberg.
Aiming high this season, Spurs are making a real impact under new manager Martin Ho.
Martin, I don't think even you could have thought things would start quite this well.
No, credit to the players, the support staff I have. I think they've been, outstanding. The commitment level, the effort, the hard work they've given, and they've applied themselves correctly, not just on the pitch but off it, to put us in this position.
Is ever a good time to play the European champions? Is this it?
Maybe people would look at it from that perspective, and I think you might have that from an external kind of viewpoint, but Arsenal don't become a bad team overnight. They're a world-class team and they have world-class players. I have huge respect for them as a club and a team.
Arsenal will be seeking a response to...
We gave them a good first half and they were so active as well, so I'm sorry for the second half, and we're going to need everyone in the North London derby against Tottenham.
I think it just ignites something with us that we want to go out and play our best football and show our fans, what this team's about, and get on the winning side of things again for them.
Among the stars currently shining for Spurs, Norway forward Tinka Tandberg, who's signed this summer.
Yeah, I think she's been brilliant. Brilliant character, brilliant personality. Someone with huge potential as a player and still really young that people maybe don't really see. She's only 21.
Now for Tottenham's ultimate test against their illustrious neighbours.
You're going to have a record crowd there at Brisbane Road. The players will thrive off that. That'll be new to some, maybe not new to some others. It'll be brilliant for me, my first opportunity to see how a North London derby feels when you're actually there and you get the feeling for the game when that first whistle goes. But all the build-up coming to it, you've seen the magnitude of it with the amount of media, the amount of talking points around it. And I'm really excited now.
An excitement shared on both sides of the North London divide. Chris Slegg, BBC London.
Now, you may have spotted Pudsey ears being worn today, maybe people out and about fundraising, and it's because tonight is Children in Need. All week we've been looking at how the support helps those across the capital. Groups like Haringey Shed, who provide inclusive performing arts sessions in North London. Some of its young people have been given the chance to interview the apprentice boss Lord Sugar as part of tonight's Children in Need show. Anna O'Neill has more.
Thursday, singing at the top of our lungs. For 25 years, Haringey Shed Inclusive Theatre Company has been working in Tottenham, providing performing arts activities and opportunities for young people. And help from BBC Children in Need is much appreciated.
The young people and families that live here have things against them. Living in London, they have housing issues, could have employment issues, money might not be as forthcoming as other places. This charity is important, and we work here in the local area to support those families. Young people have siblings with disabilities, a disability themselves. We are here to serve those young people and give them a space that they deserve that they may not get in other places. The funding from Children in Need, along with other funders, keeps us going.
Caitlin is now an ambassador after joining at primary school.
It helps me with my confidence, obviously speaking in front of interviewers right now. Also because we have a Haringey Youth Festival coming up, it helps us get involved in other companies as well, getting involved in other activities that we wouldn't probably do in normal life.
And thanks to Children in Need, one of those activities was interviewing one of the toughest recruiters around, Lord Alan Sugar.
Right, now listen, I'm busy. Who's first?
Why is your name Lord Sugar when you are so salty all the time? He told me this really funny story. You know how he's Alan Sugar? Well, he had a friend called something salt. I don't really understand how that how that joined to my question.
I think that's because his name is his surname is Sugar.
And then his friend's surname's Salt.
So salt and sugar.
Sugar's my name, and that's it. What can I say?
I've got our outfits on.
Yeah, my hair looks today.
Yeah, I have my mum's glasses and I have my lip gloss on.
There's one question you probably shouldn't ask the former chairman of a football club and then be surprised at the answer.
My question was what team do you support? And he said Tottenham, and I was like,
No.
how? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And then I was like,
Tottenham's bad, though.
exactly.
Tottenham's the worst. What do you
Like, they lost to Arsenal like 100 times.
Do you like Arsenal?
Yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Controversial.
Oh, he was outraged.
He was
The confidence the young people have to ask those sorts of questions is nurtured at Haringey Shed, as well as their friendships.
I love to see like the journey of when a young person first come and they don't know anybody, and then you just see them slowly like building small friendship groups, and then you see their confidence grow and grow and grow.
This year's Children in Need theme is Challenge Yourself, and you can see these young people challenging themselves and Lord Sugar later this evening. Anna O'Neill, BBC London.
Very brave, taking on Lord Sugar. Now, another key moment in tonight's show will be the Children in Need choir, featuring some of those who've been supported by Pudsy's project, including 14-year-old Eleanor from Hampton. She's living with an inoperable brain tumour, which has caused her to become visually impaired. Wendy Hurrell has been finding out how the rehearsals have been going this afternoon.
Our team from Hampton is up in Manchester now, getting ready to sing for the nation in this year's BBC Children in Need fundraising show. Eleanor has been practising for weeks online with choir master Mark DeLissa, along with children from all around the country.
How have the rehearsals been going? These are the final rehearsals now, aren't they?
Yes, they're really, really good. We got the two other choirs in today and they sort of did their harmonies in the background and it is sounding beautiful. So I'm really, really excited.
How are you feeling about the big show this evening?
I'm super excited. I think I'm going to be a little bit nervous just before we go on, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to keep telling myself that I've got it because we've sung it through so many times now and my voice has only died on me once, so I'm okay. Spot the dog.
We featured Eleanor's story because she has directly benefited from a charity supported by BBC Children in Need donations. Living Paintings sent her Touch to See books from their free postal library when she was little. Eleanor is severely sight impaired because of an incurable brain tumour with which she was diagnosed when she was just 3. Her weekly singing lessons take her mind off it all. And whenever she's performing, she shines.
What was it like when you first got up there and got into that huge studio?
It was amazing. All the lights, I could see the purple lights around us. It was just crazy and surreal.
When you're stood there and you're singing out loud, I mean, this is going to be such a moment. The whole of the country is going to be watching you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I keep saying, I'm super, super excited. Really looking forward to it.
Wendy Hurrell, BBC London.
And you can watch Eleanor sing tonight. BBC Children in Need is on at 7 p.m. on BBC One and iPlayer. And for more information, including on how you can donate, just head to bbc.co.uk/Pudsey or use the QR code on your screens right now. But now it's time to have a look at the weather forecast with Kate. Kate, yesterday was 17 degrees in London. Madness, but it's all going to go downhill from here.
It absolutely is, Laxmi. Yes, we are in for a bit of a snap of winter. Not quite yet, though. Today, of course, there has been a lot of moisture in the air and it's still relatively mild, actually, and will be overnight as well. Now, this was earlier today. Just grey, that's all we've had, and quite a bit of rain as well as storm Claudia took hold. Now this is the storm down here to the southwest of the UK. It drove this warm front towards us. We've got high pressure trying to dig in here and it just made it stall. So it's still raining for many of us. The Met Office has this yellow weather warning in place. It's valid until 6 a.m. Now for this evening, it is lifting actually. Further south, it's much drier. We're likely to see a few showers in its wake. You might get a rumble of thunder, but it is clearing, and actually the cloud could start to break as we head towards dawn as well, which in turn will lead to some mist and fog. The wind quite light, 9 to 11 Celsius, the minimum temperature. So for Saturday morning, the weekend, of course, quite a murky start to tomorrow morning. We've got the mist and fog. It will lift largely into cloud, overcast, but hoping through the afternoon, at least some of us, we should see a little bit of brightness. Temperatures, though, getting a bit cold. You see the wind has switched. It's a northeasterly, 10 to 12 Celsius, the maximum temperature. Then, as we head overnight Saturday into Sunday, this high pressure starts to dig a little bit further south, or tries to. It pushes the cloud back towards us. So we're going to wake up to quite a cloudy start on Sunday morning as well. It's going to stay largely cloudy. Should be dry. You might get a spot of drizzle. Northeasterly breeze, though, so that temperature is tailing off. And you'll notice as we head through next week, that temperature drop continues. That colder air is going to plough right in. Temperatures low single figures overnight and during the day. Laxmi.
Single digits, going to be a shock. Kate, thank you. And you can find out more on the Children in Need project on our website. I'll have your late news just after 10:30. But for now, from all of us, have a very good evening. Goodbye.